Objective, records. Time, mid-August. Place, Bonneville Salt Flats, USA. Nearest town, Wendover, Utah, 15 miles away. For nearly half a century, this remote outpost on the western fringe of the Great Salt Desert has served as headquarters for men and machines from the four corners of the earth. They've returned summer after summer in a never-ending quest for speed records and more speed records. So here, on a hot, late summer day, a team of the world's finest engineers, technicians, and drivers are gathered. In this makeshift garage, the men are carefully tuning a streamlined, supercharged model of the famous British-made Austin Healey. Working on the car at the moment are Austin's Eric Bale of Canada and Roger Menadue of England, with Gordon Whitby of Goff Industries, Los Angeles. This sleekly designed special will be driven by Donald Healey himself to satisfy a lifetime ambition of driving a car of his own design at a speed of over 200 miles per hour. As soon as every mechanical detail is thoroughly checked, the car will be towed to the famous Bonneville Salt Flats, a carefully selected natural speedway covering approximately 200 square miles of the vast expanse that was once part of the Great Salt Lake. In its natural state, the surface of the flats is marked by salt ridges, such as these. It must be scraped regularly with heavy drags to maintain a perfectly smooth, hard-packed surface. In the garage, 15 miles away, the streamliner receives the finishing touches. A careful polish is given the plexiglass canopy by Jeffrey Healey, technical director for all Austin Healey speed runs. His face reflects both his pride in the mechanical marvel beneath his hand and the confidence he feels in its ultimate performance. Just before daybreak the following day, the car is towed to the Bonneville straightaway course. It is here that it will be driven by Donald Healey in an attempt to achieve the tremendous speed for which the car has been so painstakingly designed and engineered. Time, 4:46 a.m. The timing officials stand by ready and waiting. The car, sleek and beautiful in the early morning sun, waits at the head of the 14-mile straightaway. 3 miles down the course, the photoelectric eyes are ready to flash the beginning of the measured mile to the official timing stand. The crew of technicians are all on hand, and the Healey Special is moved into position for the push-off. Donald Healey is understandably impatient for the run to begin as Jack Bow makes the final mechanical adjustment. Racing gear is donned as tension mounts and he enters the car. The Perspex bubble is lowered and secured. The car is pushed off. And in a moment, we'll be flying down the course in a terrific burst of speed. The first run. As he slows down and turns around, his progress is reported to the timing stand, where the elapsed time of the first run is being computed. And here's his return run. The elapsed time for the two is now translated into miles per hour. In In this case, it comes to an amazing average for the two-way run of 200.08 miles per hour. And Donald Healey's fondest hopes have been realized. He's an exuberant man as he describes the run to two other famous sports car drivers, Carroll Shelby and Roy Jackson Moore, who, within the next few days, will perform some amazing feats of their own in the second phase of Operation Speed. In the pit that has been set up on Bonneville's famous 10-mile circle number 3, the Healey they will drive receives a final check. Now, as the course is carefully smoothed, let's take a look at the layout of the circle. The distance around the circle is 10 miles. At this point are located the timing stand with its electric eyes and the pit. There are 3 observation posts around the circle, each equipped with a telephone. From a standing start, the car is clocked through the photoelectric eyes. On every lap, its progress is reported to the timing stand by phone. Each time the Austin Healey passes through the electric eyes, the time is automatically clocked and converted into miles per hour. Thus, records for the various distances are computed and recorded. Final preparations for Phase 2 of Operation Speed are made, and the enthusiastic crew is hoping that after this grueling test, the Austin Healey will have added many important new records to its imposing list of achievements. The car is off with Carroll Shelby, the Flying Texan, smoothly meshing through the gears. Now activity picks up around the timing stand as the observers report from the 3 posts around the course. Watch the Austin Healey creep up on the shadow of the camera plane overhead. The car consistently outdistances the plane. Incidentally, this car is basically standard. Its Austin Healey 100 chassis and body are slightly modified at nose and tail to reduce wind resistance. Suspension, gearbox, and steering are standard. The car is not supercharged and is performing on regular premium-grade gasoline. As the swiftly run laps start mounting up and the car's performance continues to meet all expectations, there is growing confidence that this is going to be the day for the Austin Healey. In the pit, Jeff Healey carefully checks his lap records and decides to hold the speed at a steady 153 miles per hour. Atmospheric conditions are regularly checked and noted for permanent technical records. Here, a thermometer on the pit shack wall already reads in the 90s, as the thermometer on the surface of the ever-moist salt below shows a surprising drop of 20 degrees. The first hour of this day's run is over, The official speed average is relayed from the timing stand to the pit. So far, the car has performed flawlessly at a steady pace that is speeding it around the 10-mile circle in less than 4 minutes. Shelby has signaled his 1-hour average as he whips by the pit. As the nervous tension of the first hour begins to fade, one of the world's most famous designers of automobiles gleefully gives Roy Jackson Moore a demonstration in aerodynamics. I say, Roy, perhaps we should stick to cars. The car speeds on and on, its powerful Austin A105 engine responding magnificently. The officials are continually busy computing time into speed as lap after lap flows by. And now the marks are starting to fall, and the previous hard work is paying off. Shelby gets the thumbs up as he zips past the pit to a new 200-mile record, 152.58. With the first important record in camp, Donald Healey and Captain George Easton are more confident than ever that their many months of careful planning have not been in vain. This time it's the 500-kilometer record coming up. It's chalked up too with an average of 152.95 miles per hour. Half the run is over and a pit stop is called for. The come-in sign goes up and the crew prepares for action. Co-driver Roy Jackson Moore of Los Angeles gets ready for his turn at the wheel. Shelby maintains speed for most of the lap, then cuts his engine and comes coasting into the pit. Almost before the car stops, the well-rehearsed crew members tackle their assignments with perfect coordination. Gives Roy a fast briefing on course conditions and car performance. Time for a pit stop must be held to an absolute minimum. Every second lost will have to be made up later in the run. Roy carefully wipes his feet before he steps in. At the rate he'll be traveling, a moving grain of salt in the cockpit is not a welcome passenger. After Roy gets well underway, tension in the pit subsides. Shelby takes a well-earned rest. Magazine photographer Dan Rubin discusses cameras with Donald Healey. And a mid-morning snack is enjoyed by Bill Pringle and Eric Bale. George Williams, Captain Easton, and Art Pillsbury talk over the morning's activities. The records already broken, and the new records yet to be achieved. Among Among the new records already collected today are 4 tremendous ones, marks that had withstood all challengers for over 16 years. This tremendously successful run is nearing a glorious end. The 1,000 kilometer will be next to fall. Average speed, 150.98. It's been a triumphant day for the Austin Healey and the men responsible for its superb performance. It whirls by post 3 toward the electric eyes where chief timer Phil Main waits, checkered flag in hand. The car is checked through the observation posts for the last time as it makes the extra lap of the course. Donald Healey and his men can be justly proud of this rugged little beauty as it coasts into the pit with 6 new international and 22 American national Class D marks added to its laurels. The car rolls to a stop as officially calculated records are received from the timers. Carroll Shelby gives Roy Jackson Moore a hearty handshake before they join the rest of the team to look at the new records they've compiled. The Austin Healey now holds every international record from 1 to 3,000 miles. Operation Speed. Mission completed. A new chapter in Class D history.